Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's webinar. Today, we're going to focus on IA&B's newest member product, Catalyit, and we're excited to introduce you to this one. It's something that's been long in the works, but we're excited to bring to all members. Before we begin, just a couple administrative items. My name is Jason Ernest, CEO for IA&B. I'll be introducing you to the Catalyit team in a second. But first, this webinar is being recorded so that you can come back and review any items that you may have missed. You can pass on to anybody in the agency. We will be passing this recording on to all members at the completion. So we will be getting this out to all members. This is a all member resource, member only resource. So we want to make sure everybody is aware of it. As indicated in the chat feature, everybody is muted, but you can submit and we welcome any and all questions via the chat feature. So please submit questions via chat. I'll be monitoring those and we will answer as many as we can get to. We can take some time at the end, but please at any time submit any questions while we have the Catalyit team here and we will address those as we can. We will be providing contact information at the end of the webinar. There's several ways that you can reach out either directly to Catalyit or to IA&B if you have any questions about anything that you hear today. So please reach out, utilize us and the Catalyit team that you'll be meeting, and we'll walk you through this process. So Catalyit, what is it? I've been referring to this as a really the greatest show on earth when it comes to technology. And I don't say that lightly. Technology has been an ask by IAB members over the years, and it's been tough to narrow that and to find the one-stop shop solution when it comes to technology. But we think we found it. In fact, we know we found it with Catalyt. This is a resource that members can go to as both a starting place and as an ending place to find out exactly what they need to take an assessment and really measure yourself individually as an agency and determine where you're strong, where there's deficiencies, and then find solutions for those deficiencies. So we're excited about this, so excited, in fact, that the IAB board has invested heavily in this resource. We have purchased for all IAB members the highest level of participation. So this is free for IAB members, sponsored by IAB. The team will talk about what that means, but we have invested in this because we believe so strongly, one, in the need for technology for independent agents, but two, how Catalyt delivers for those needs. So without further introduction, I want to introduce you to the team. First, the managing partner, CEO of Catalyt, my counterpart in Texas, Mart Peters. Mart, I'm going to turn it over to you, allow you to introduce the rest of the team, but we're excited to start this road, this technology road. Today's webinar is just the first piece of that, introducing our members to Catalyt and some of the highlights within it. We'll go from there. But Marit, please, the floor is yours.
Great, good. Well, thank you. And we're so excited to have IA&B join the Catalyt family. And this is a really pivotal time for us too. So it's an exciting time over the next even couple months where you'll see continued features and benefits that grow. But we've really been at this for quite a while. I've got Jason first with me. He's our Chief Operating Officer. And he's really sort of the grind behind everything, making sure all the levers are pulled and everyone's staying on the crew. So hopefully we're going to have Jason, Casey Nelson also join us as our Director of Consulting today. But we've got a dozen or so staff that are working on this regularly. I was actually in an agency yesterday and somebody said, well, how are you keeping up with it? And I said, we have a lot of people keeping up with a lot of things to make this available because, as you know, technology can be very, very challenging. And we know that it's stressful for folks. It's a question that is critically important for people. It's constantly changing and evolving. And we know it's expensive too. So we know you've got limited resources and it can be overwhelming. And we want to make sure that you get the most out of your investment. So our goal is to make understanding insurance tech easy for you. As Jason mentioned just a few minutes ago, it is a free member benefit for you now and available to you and all of your staff. So we want to make sure that you can get on, play around. I'll be candid. I actually open up Catalyt every day and use it almost like a Google. So if somebody mentions something or I need to look into something, I can easily just type that in the search feature and make sure that I can look at it. So we want to know at the end of the day that you're reaching your full potential and making sure that you're using the right technology. We know there's a ton of options out there for you, but the reality is that it's not always right for everybody. And so our goal at Catalyit is to make sure that you get the right fit into your organization that makes sense for who you are and what your needs are. So we know that at the end of the day, you do need an industry leader to guide you to selectively select and effectively make the best decisions. And there's a myriad of them. So understanding it and selecting it can be very difficult. And we know that technology at the end of the day will accelerate your business. We don't want it to hinder it. And we know you're busy doing other things. And so we want to make sure that you've got the right support structure. So this has been founded, Catalyit, by 7 state associations across the country and various experts like Casey Nelson and folks that have been agents and are deep industry experts, whether through vendors and carriers and agencies or technologists. And so we put together these resources. We're hitting our 3-year mark. So we've been around for a little while, testing things out. And what we do is offer you side-by-side comparisons. So when you get into Catalyit, and we're going to do a demo here, Jason's going to walk through it and kind of show you how to work on the site, use it, leverage it. But this is what I would call the secret sauce, is you really can look side by side and compare various technologies and see, does it work for you or not? We want to make sure we're staying current on what's most modern and efficient, and then help you streamline your agency operations, which we know is critical. We don't want you wasting time, right? So we want you to be able to know that someone's here for you and you don't have to make these decisions on your own. So we want to invite you to let us guide you. We want you to focus on your clients. We want to focus on your business. So we'll work on your business for you and the technology and the team that we put together to make this as easy as possible when it can be such a stressful solution and decision-making and expensive as well.
Mark, just a quick question, and
Yeah.
one I think is important for our members. Often, as we searched over the years for technology solution providers, we found companies that were jack of all trades, or did it for everybody. Can you touch on Catalyit and who the audience is with Catalyit?
Are you asking me about the audience or who's helping support it?
Well, just this is dedicated solely to independent insurance
Yes.
agents, correct?
Yep.
And I think
Yes.
that needs to come across that this is a company like many other tech providers, except for the fact it's solely focused on independent insurance agents. And I think
Yeah.
that's a key distinction for our members to know.
Absolutely. And to that end, Jason, I think it is important for people to know that we built this site to be true for the independent insurance agent. So it's not designed to say we're trying to let vendors decide who the most critical answers are. We really want you to know when you're an agent that you've got people in there looking out for you specifically and giving you the right advice that's appropriate for you. So absolutely, this is exactly an independent agency lens. And we want you to know that there's one source of truth that you can go to. And if you get there and you're looking for a resource and you can't find it, that's another benefit that we offer. So you can email hello@catalyit.com or put whatever clicks you want to and say, I don't see any information on this vendor. Can somebody go do my homework for me? And we're happy to do that. So it gets better the more interactive and the questions that we get from you guys as well. Thank you.
Great. Yep.
Good. So I'm going to ask Jason first to take over and talk about our flagship tools. I'm going to be here, but I'm going to go off camera and we'll go from here. Thank you.
Hey, good morning. Thanks so much for having us. So Catalyit, these are all member benefits that are available to you and your team right now. And we've spent over 3 years developing these different tools and reports that we think will help you grow your agency. And we're going to touch through all these today. And just to kind of set the agenda here, we're going to show you a couple tools. We'll answer any of your questions, and then we're always available to answer your questions even after we get off. So let me jump onto the website real quick. And so let me share this screen. So you should be able, there we go. You should be able to see the website right now. So when you log on to Catalyit, you have you'll be able to use your um, user and password to log in. And when you do, we give you a curated experience. So once you get past the front door, we do a lot of different things on a weekly basis where we publish high-level articles and how-tos and publish news updates that come throughout the week in the industry. We have live sessions. We're always updating our tools, so we want to make sure you know of the latest and greatest things that we've published. Everything that we do, we put in the vault so that if you do miss a webinar or if you have missed a live session, you can catch up on your own time. And then again, we want you to know what new solutions are on the website. So the Catalyt's active and it's always updating and changing and evolving. So when you log in, you'll see that right here. There's a lot of different parts of Catalyit, and what's great about the Explore Catalyit part of this is if you forget anything, you can see this here. And when you do try something on Catalyit, you'll get that check mark. So eventually, the whole goal for you would be to fill up all these different things with a check mark. And the reports that we do produce, that will live all right here. So anytime that you were to talk, if you were to talk to Casey and his team, or if you want to go back and reference something, when you do a report, you will see this on your member homepage. So it's really kind of critical when you set up your account, you start to bookmark this part because this is the starting point of Catalyit. One of the when Mark talks about the secret sauce, really the secret sauce is behind the paywall and it's with our guides and reviews. If you're searching for new solutions or seeking guidance to improve, you want to start in this area right here. We have 22 guides right now. And again, it really breaks it down to any type of solution that is in your agency today. And to really kind of jump into that, and I'll use AMS example. These are really robust. These are here if you're considering a new system, if you're trying to choose between 2 or 3 different ones. If you want to do a side-by-side comparison, you can do that with this. We have tons of resources all rolled up into this. So we spend a ton of energy in this section here. We'd like to give you advice on, this is what we think, to give you a starting point of maybe when you're trying to shop for or implement a new product. We have a consumer report style comparison grid. And what's great about this is you can really start to look at side by side, who offers what's important to your agency. You can print these, you can search, you can download it, you can chop this up however you like to chop up your information to really kind of nail down and hammer down what's important to your agency. For the past year and a half, we've been working really hard on something called a text selector. And the text selector is pretty cool, where if you don't know where to start, this is your starting point, where you answer a short survey and we narrow down the options for you. So again, if you're shopping for a new AMS, we narrow this down to 3 or 5 that you should start looking at. And then from there, you can use this guide to compare which each one compare against each other and things like that. So if you don't know where to start, you can always start with our text selector. We have 5 of these published right now, and we're working hard each quarter to release 2 to 3 as we move forward here.
Jason, there's a chat going on, but I want to make sure everybody is aware. The question was about virtual assistants and is there a text selector review of those? And Casey's been kind enough to answer that, but that's an option. We keep hearing about AI's involvement in agencies, so chat bots, those types of things. And I know the answer to that is a yes, but I mean that is text selector, right?
Well, we have not published that for text selector yet, but we're actually focusing September on outsourcing, on how to use different tools to staff or to help your staffing inside your agency. And we've gotten a lot of questions in that area, in case you can kind of expand a little bit more, where it's really identifying what these different products mean in 2025, even versus what it was back in the day or when these certain products rolled out. So
Yeah.
we are working hard to get that, and we have that guide has been built out though. So that is one of the areas as part of our 22 guides that we do offer.
Perfect. And that's what has been attractive to us from Catalyit and what we hear from members is we're looking, there's so many resources out there and so many options. we as an agency still want to make our own independent decision, but if somebody could narrow down and vet these vendors from an independent agent focused approach, and from our standpoint, that's what Catalyit does, and I think the biggest benefit to members and what we hear from members. So you're really touching on something that we hear is a need and a desire for agencies in this area.
Yeah, awesome. So as we continue to go through the guide here, we want you to see all the players, see who's out there, and I'll go in more in depth on what these profiles look like in a second. But again, using AMS as an example, there's a ton of options out there. So again, using the tools that we just talked about will help narrow down these options for you. We've been publishing a report for the past 2 years now. It's called our State of Tech Report, and we go out and we survey independent agents on the technology that they're using, and we want to know A, what they're using, and B, do they like it or not. And so again, this is a great resource here to go back and go, I'm starting to think about this product or this product, and you can see what your peers say about it too. So this is a report that we publish annually, and we'll continue to do that. And we'd love everyone's participation. We'll roll this out towards the end of the year to start working on 2025. We have a ton of resources. So our Catalyit consultants are writing articles. Our solution providers are offering articles to us. So you can see this all here in our resource section. We do demos with all of our solution providers. So again, you may not have been in shopping for something 6 months ago, but you are now. You can find those different options here with our demos. We offer consulting, and Casey will go over that in a second as well if you do need one-on-one help. So those are our guides. Our guides have the comparison grids, they have the tech selectors, and it's really probably the first place to start when you're starting a new journey looking for a new solution. So the solutions we have on Catalyit, we have over 260 right now. We have 200 in the pipeline that we're still working through to get on our website. So we're trying to offer the most information in one place. So you can go to our index here. You can sort through, you can use our nav bar up here to sort different subsets and things like that. But this is the index to go, who's out there, and you'll see that all in one place. And then when you do dial it down into a profile that you want to look at, we want to make it as simple as possible for you to understand what these solutions do. From the top, who's this best for, to what's the average price, to what's the user rating that we have. Is it easy? Is it not easy? Onboarding, everybody thinks you buy something and you can pop it up tomorrow and you can't. So how long is that onboarding process? We have the key features here. We also, as a member benefit, we negotiate special deals. So, it's a great idea if you're looking to purchase something to go to each one of these solution provider pages to see what deals are out there, because we may have negotiated something in advance. So from integrations to how this helps your agency, you're going to see a high level snapshot right here. And then we dig into our consultants, where we go through and we give you our thoughts. We want you to know, what we like, things to consider, and then we really nail down into the features of this product. So, again, this is a great resource if you're considering on purchasing something. We want you to see other reviews that your peers are saying about these products. And then we do a lot of homework with these solution providers. So if you really want to get in the weeds, you can find that right here. So if you have a question about reporting or product details or things like that, we take all that information and we put it in this section here so you can nail down whatever you need. We want to offer all the videos that we have. We do have that one-on-one help. We have the resources. And then we also want to try to connect you to their communities as well. So if one of these solutions has a community, we want you to be aware of that. And so we have that outlined here.
Jason, question, is this geared more towards the agency selecting their first AMS, or does it also include those looking to make a switch? And how convenient is it to make a switch from one AMS to another? Is it consider that as well?
Yes, it does. So again, this is all high level. If you're shopping, if you're switching, or if you just want to stay up to date on it too. We're looking to add more product details to these pages. So, what updates are happening, what's new for 2025, this is where that information lives.
Great. Good.
Yeah.
Keep the questions coming. We'll hit them.
I'm going to jump
Yeah, go ahead,
ahead
Mark.
on you for a second, just to say, that one of the great resources we have is because we have such a deep bench strength of knowledge. And I know Casey will touch on this with the consultants, is that if you're looking to change, you can have somebody help you figure out whether you're even maximizing the current tool you have before you make an expensive change like that. So we've got people who really know a lot of these platforms. So just checking in and having a conversation like that can be really helpful for you. And we want to make sure that you have a one-stop shop for that.
So with that said, let's bring in Casey. Casey Nelson's our director of consulting. He's the rookie on the team. So this Casey can kind of go through what our tech assessment looks like, what the journey looks like, some of the things that Mark was just talking about, and then one-on-one help that you can get from Catalyit. So good morning, Casey.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Thank you so much, Jason, for teeing this up so perfectly. And also Bob for the great question that also teed this up. So yes, I am the rookie on the team, but I've been in the technology consulting space for insurance agencies for about as long as Catalyit's been around as well. So and before that, I was on the agency side. So I've sat in a similar desk to the 34 attendees here watching. And I understand those struggles and the challenges. And more specifically, I understand the time challenges because the cycle of wanting to find a new tech solution that will free up time for yourself, for your employees, to increase the speed and customer service that you provide is a lofty goal. And when you don't have the time to necessarily understand and go through the process and the jungle of demos, that's where Catalyit comes in. And that's what we can provide as a head start. Marit, I think, said, I love how she said, like, we'll do your homework for you. If you're looking for a solution provider and you don't have any knowledge of them, we're happy to take that on. But from the tech assessment perspective, that's really a great point to start your Catalyit adventure. And it's something that's included as the member benefit for being associated with the big I there and also with Catalyit. The whole process takes of the completing the tech assessment should take 10 minutes or less. It's really designed to be as fast and easy as possible, but the information you provide is going to be critical for us to be able to help you understand where you are in your technology journey, and then also for myself and my team to be able to provide you the value of where you can go next or what you can do with the technology that you currently have. So after completing a tech assessment, you're going to get a report from us, and you're going to see the categories that are currently on Jason's screen here, broken down in a number of different places on that report. And it's going to show you from the baseline, the better, the best, and the beyond, where we believe your technology puts you. And it's not going to necessarily drop you and your agency into one of these categories. It's actually going to show you where you rank in each of these categories. So most of the time you're going to see a percentage score that probably is higher on the left and lower as you go to the right, but that's not always the case. Sometimes we see people that are really strong in the better category or the best category when they get to us. So when you do complete the tech assessment, you review the report, you're going to get an opportunity to schedule a call with me. And my goal on that call is going to be to walk through this report with you, answer any questions that you have about the report, but more specifically, try to make sure that I can give you some kind of actionable items that you can employ in your agency with the technology that you currently have. If I do see an opportunity where there's maybe a solution provider that fits very specifically with the programs that you already use that could alleviate some of the stress, some of the bottlenecks in your agency, we can talk about how other agencies have used that solution and whether or not it's right for you. And then a real world specific example, the call I was on before this call was with an agency that was wanting to automate a lot of their processes, wanting to streamline some of their redundant tasks. So we talked about a CRM, and they're not currently using a CRM. So we were able to take that, 15 minutes of our call to really talk about what their understanding of a CRM is and what a CRM could actually do in their agency. And I was able to kind of show them I'm not trying to sell you anything, but I do want you to understand what the capabilities are of those programs because sometimes there's a misconception, and sometimes we can just kind of sort through the noise and help you identify a solution or maybe a couple solutions to investigate that will make a big difference for you. And that's our goal. Like I want to give you the tools or show you how to connect the programs you already have in a way that will make your agency better and more profitable. And then there are opportunities on those calls where we learn that somebody is looking to get help with what they already have, or they're looking to bring on a new solution. And that's where we do have a consulting arm, a consulting service, and I think Jason said a roster of consultants. And on the screen, you're seeing just a few of them, or you're seeing most of them rather, but we're constantly adding to our roster. These individuals, especially that good-looking guy, Casey, I don't know how he got on there, but we're all have very specific expertise in different types of programs or specific solution providers that can be difficult to set up when you're running an agency, managing your sales team, doing all the things that you have to do on a day-to-day basis. So we can come in, we can set up those programs, we can set up the integrations, and then we can train your team on how to use them. And that's an additional consulting arm that we have that can go above and beyond those tech assessment consultations that we do for you, complimentary for being a member of Catalyit.
Awesome. So again, bottom line, or Jason, did you want to jump in real quick and say something?
No, please go ahead. Go.
So bottom line, you and your team have access to Catalyit and you can log in right now. We're going to send an email afterwards with an activation link. If you do want to pop on the website though, it's super simple. You click on get started, you answer 3 questions, and then you're going to get your password reset. So you can do that at any time or share that with your team and do it that way. And then, you know, from there, it's the 3 steps that we talked about where get on and take the tech assessment, meet with Casey. And I'll say this, a lot of people don't take advantage of that. And we really feel like you're missing out. Take advantage of that free phone call with Casey, because I think that it'll help you understand the report better. You can answer any questions. And we've just seen that we get better results when people do that. So get your personalized plan and then implement these recommendations and rock and roll. So that's Catalyit in a nutshell.
Mark, can you clarify what IA&B has invested in for our members and what access, what all they get with that full access free by IA&B?
Right. So and it's been wonderful to work with you guys. IA&B has purchased full annual memberships for you guys, subscriptions for all of you for the next 3 years. And so what that means is you have full access. So you can see on the right, it goes through everything anything that you can touch and play with inside of Catalyit is yours. What I recommend is you set up an agency account, and then you can actually then assign staff to be in it. So you can have one account overall. You can also set up separate ones. It doesn't matter. Because you're a member of IA&B, you have full access. You can use all of the tools. You can use all the text selectors. You can play with the guides. You have access to Casey to do a check-in. And really the only additional cost is if you would decide, gee, I really do need a scope of work to help me on the consulting side. And that's something we'll work directly with you as an agency on what that looks like. And our projects, you know, run the gambit from, hey, I just need somebody that I need a resource, almost like a executive coach on technology that I just pay a retainer for monthly, that I now have direct access to support structure, because sometimes I just need to talk to somebody and vet that out, and having a regular teammate, to full-blown integration of Salesforce into an AMS system or whatever. So we can, or maximizing what you have, or converting and implementing a different tool. But integrations is a big key for us. I'm excited about what we're going to be offering as this fall goes on, to really help you with the tools of what's the best suite, what's the best tech stack to have based on who you are, and how to start to plan not only from integrations, but also from a standpoint of cost analysis. And those will be free experiences that continue to build with the Catalyit toolkit. So thank you very much, Jason, for you and your board and being interested in this. And we continue to bring on new states all the time, and you're one of our most recent ones. So thank you very much.
Yeah, this has been what we consider a game changer in the sense of we've tried to piecemeal this together through the years and handle this piece of technology and this piece, and this brings it all together. And I think you guys have quickly shown that to those on the webinar, and I think our membership will quickly see it as they get introduced. I think that tech assessment is the starting point. We're suggesting all members start there and just get a feel for where they're at and then follow the pathway. So kudos to you guys. We are just starting this partnership, but we're very much looking forward to it. I'm hoping that the excitement we have at IA&B translates to our members once they really get into this and work through it. So looks like we've answered the questions. We will be providing, as Jason mentioned, everybody participating in the webinar will get a direct link for signing up, but we will be providing the contact information both within Catalyit itself. Jason showed you the impressive list of employees that they have, so they are all available to you. But at IA&B, we have specific contacts. Claire in our office is managing the Catalyit process, so if you want to work through IA&B, you are more than welcome to reach out through us. But no matter which way you go, we are here to support you. As Mart mentioned, this is a relatively new endeavor, so we're looking for feedback. If there's something missing that you guys really want assistance on, please provide the feedback. The fact that this is a partnership among state associations gives us that control that we can say, hey, let's find a solution provider in this area. So we control this, you control this, and any feedback you provide just makes this a better product above and beyond the great product it already is. Anything else in conclusion from you guys, Mart? Anything?
Yeah, I mean, I just would say that I love the way you said that. This is your solution as agents, and you can drive what you need from it. So the more you interact and the more you participate, you make it a richer product for you and your peers. And that's what's the evolution will be amazing. One of the things we talked about is, what do we want the experience to be? And we want it to be easy and addictive, where it's like, gee, what else is there? What else could I do? Let me make this decision. And we're putting a lot of investment into continuing to grow and expand the capabilities. And we love having Casey on the team with his experience. And as he mentioned, he was on the agency side for, I won't say how many years, because I think it hurts his feelings. But, love the picture, and you're adorable, Casey. So thanks for that. And Jason's on the team, and we've got a great crew. So anything you guys need, help us make it better every single day. And we appreciate the partnership.
Yeah, and again, this is a IA&B member only benefit. So this gives you as an IA&B member a leg up on other agencies that don't have this resource and a place to go. So we're always looking for ways to provide advantage to our members, and this clearly does it. Again, I can't say enough. We believe this is a game changer when it comes to technology for independent agents. So we're excited. Marit, Jason, Casey, thank you so much for your time today. We look forward to working with you. I'm sure our members will be reaching out to our members. Any questions whatsoever, reach out to whoever you met today or the contact information we'll be providing. We are here to support you in this, but take advantage of it. Get started. This is unique to each and every agency, how you use it, but we feel this is a valuable tool, and we look forward to working with you as we go down that road. So again, Catalyit team, thank you very much. We look forward to working with you. To our members, as always, thank you. And thanks for your participation today. See you guys.
Bye-bye.